ladies and gentlemen, I have the fine honor here of talking with candidate Lavi. Tell me, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing fine. So now most of the people who watch NPR, listen to NPR, want to know policy. So let's get right onto that, right? So as a Democrat candidate, you are usually on the left of policies. So what would you say about some of the most important issues of the day? Let's start with LGBTQ rights.
Okay, so in Austin, we've got a very special LGBTQ community, and I think it's important that we do everything we can to help take care of them and encourage anything they need, help support the community, and help really just to help support them. So we want to create laws fighting against discrimination in the workplace. We really want to see more representation of LGBTQ members really across the board, and we want to do everything we can to protect equal rights.
That's and those are some great proposals. Now let's move on to another very important issue to Texans, especially immigration.
Immigration is probably one of the most important parts of my campaign. I think that especially here in Austin, we need to make sure that the naturalization process is faster and more accessible. I think we need to grow our status. I've mentioned this before. Austin is not an asylum city. We've been blocked by Texas from that. So I think we need to expand our status as a freedom city. That's extremely important to me. And I want to do everything I can to help grow and support DACA and the DREAM Act here.
All right. So now let's move on to another. I'm sorry if I'm just throwing these kind of questions
No,
at
you're
you.
good, you're good.
So also as a member of the House, right now we are going to be seeing constant proposals during the Trump administration, and if he gets a second term, about the border wall. I'm sure many of our listeners would like to know, where do you stand on that particular issue?
I don't think the wall is the right solution to our problem with immigration. I think that there's definitely a way that we could improve how immigration works, but I don't think a wall is the right way to do it. I think we need to reevaluate the way the system works. I think we need to make it easier to get citizenship, but I also think that we need to, like I said, increase our statuses for asylum seekers to help encourage America to be the place that people can go to and can come and experience everything we have to offer. I don't think we should close ourselves off because we're hurting everyone when we do that.
So, thank you for those remarks. So obviously one of the more well-known and active issues in Austin is probably the use of cannabis. Where do you stand on this particular issue?
I think this is a funny one because we've seen Austin is a lot like California in many ways, and I think that maybe we should follow the path of California when it comes to weed. So what I'd like to do here is I'd like to decriminalize if you're found possessing weed and the use of it. I'd also like recreational usage, and as a trade-off, because I know many people won't be happy about this, I think there should be a high tax on the distribution and sales of marijuana.
Right. So now a more depressing issue with Austin right now. We are seeing a mass amount of homelessness in the streets of Austin. What are your plans to address that kind of issue?
Homelessness is a serious crisis we have here, and I think that we need to take many steps to help improve it. I think we need, first of all, to increase the fundings to shelters and help provide more opportunities for the homeless. I think raising minimum wage could be something that would help, but I think that there's other things we need to do, such as encouraging really just the people of Austin to be more welcoming and to provide more opportunities for the homeless, because I think this is a community that's been kind of neglected by the people of Austin, and I think we need to do more to help them.
And then finally, let's talk about you as a candidate more right now. You clearly are very passionate about these issues. You are well researched. What has motivated you to run for this seat?
I've looked at my competition, and I've seen a little bit of incompetency. I really don't think that many of them are suited or prepared or really a good fit for the role. I think that there are definitely some standouts, but I don't think any of them can do the job Austin needs. I really think that I fit Austin perfectly. I think that I am a perfect representation of our interests, and that I'll take the right steps we need to help protect and encourage a bright future for all.
Well, thank you. That's all the time we have. But thank you, candidate Lavi, for
Of course.
coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.